Hey guys, it's Colin from Trail Trash ADV. Today we're taking a look at the Rocky Talkie, which Rocky Talkie was so kind as to send us two of. Jeff's just working behind me there. Maybe he's throwing the backpack on. He's into it. Oh, yeah, that's the stuff. Oh, hot damn. All jokes aside, these bad boys have been absolutely fabulous. These are actually meant for like mountaineers, like people who want to go climb,
Backpackers,
yeah, Mount Everest or whatever. Right, they're looking for something that's going to be durable and can handle the cold and has a good battery life. So these are good to minus 20 Fahrenheit, they say. 5-day battery life. We've had them on for 7 days now, and we're still at 39% battery, and that's at the high broadcasting frequency. Are they a replacement for a Cardo or a Senna? No, absolutely not. These are good for up to 25 miles. Now, is that what you're going to get out of it, actually? Probably not. But when you run out of the ability to talk to somebody via Bluetooth, these are an excellent backup.
Yeah, so when we started the Cape Breton Trail Guide, the second part of it, last weekend over Thanksgiving, Canadian Thanksgiving, we had one of these with a support truck, and then we had one with us in the trails, and we did hit its limit. There were times when there was a mountain between the two of us, and like for example, Meat Cove, we were down over the backside of the mountain, and the other Colin Stacy was back at Meat Cove campground with us. We couldn't reach him, but the terrain obviously has an effect on that. However, there were times when we were doing some difficult trails where Colin was ahead of me, Bluetooth was not there, and we could get each other on these and say, hey, don't come down here, or yes, it's safe to come down, or whatever. So when we were using them on the bikes exclusively, it was a big benefit. We were with a couple of new riders. He went down on the trail. I was quite a bit ahead, and I couldn't get Colin on the Bluetooth. But we just started talking with these. And we said, hey, do you need me to come back? Do you need a hand? You know, what's going on?
Feet's down. That's fun. We're all good, Jeff.
You don't need me to come back? I don't know. He might want a hug or a kiss, but other than that, I think he's good. Well, that'll be the first of many, I'm sure. What are you saying, Jeff? I'm saying we all go down. That's why we call ourselves trail trash.
Some of us go down even when we're standing still.
Well, those people are mostly just vertically challenged, right? So.
And so without these, yeah, we would have had to double back or wasted time or whatever. I speak for both of us saying that these are going to be a staple for our riding trips from now on.
Yeah, it's going to...
The lead guy and the back guy are going to be using these Rocky Talkies.
And especially where we do a lot of rides now where one of us goes in the front, one of us goes in the back of the group, and you're really stressing the limit of those Bluetooth intercoms.
Oh, yeah.
These are an absolutely fantastic backup. We've had them through the rain. We've had them through the puddles.
They've been down.
I've crashed adequately hard with them on, for sure. I don't know about Jeff, but I've definitely crashed hard with them.
Oh, I went over a couple of times. Yeah, I'm sure they'll come up videos.
Oh, ow! That was super cool. I think everyone should try that.
The reason I'm wearing my backpack is because I just wanted to show how the mounting system was. So, I mean, this is just a typical Camelback. Yep. So it's got one of these carabiners that latches somewhere, but you have a safety lanyard that attaches to it as well. So now I've got two mounting points. So if this was to tear or rip, you've got a backup. And this could go on a belt loop. It could go pretty much anywhere. So it just gives you that extra safety of it. You know, if something happens to one of these clips, the other one's there. So,
and they're heavy duty. They're nice.
Yep.
Right. Like they really are.
That's something like right there. So I mean, where this carabiner fits. If we take that off,
can we get it off?
Yeah, you can. It is a little tough to get it off, but never mind. I won't get it off. Anyway, this is rubber. It's part of the whole backing. So I mean, the chances of that tearing off, you can pull it off, but I mean, I think it would be hard to do it.
Now, we wanted to have some headsets to use for the period in which we were taking these with us to Cape Breton. They never arrived, so I'd be really interested to get a nice set of throat mics with a earpiece and test out how they worked. I think they'd work even better in that circumstance. But even just by themselves, being clipped to the backpack as a backup device for communication when you're out in the wilderness, riding your bikes, we found it nothing but helpful. And again, we haven't charged this. We left last Friday. It's now Saturday, so it's 8 days.
8 days, yeah.
And they're sitting at 40%.
Now, a couple of those days, like the last couple of days, they weren't used. Colin just had them, but we used them all during the Cape Breton trip. They never shut off. They were there. They were on all the time, and they were used. So we were talking, and then we dug them out for today's ride. And again, not charged. They've been sitting in his house, not off, just on, and they're still got 30 some percent charge.
Rain, mud, crashes.
Oh. Ow. Take your time. It's fine.
So yeah, and on that topic, so if you peel away this little waterproof cover, you'll see that it's got the two smart mic jack. So make sure we got a good view.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So they should be compatible with almost any of those type of mic sets that you get for GMS and FMS radios or whatever. So I don't know how that's going to compromise the water tightness. Now there's rubber all the way around, so depending on the headsets when they do show up, depending on how they seal against the rubber casing around this, the rubber sleeve, we'll see if the water tightness is affected. Maybe it won't matter. I mean, those are pretty robust. I mean, maybe a moisture in there, might not affect it at all anyway. So we're going to test that out, right? Although we're saying right now that it's not exactly a replacement for a Bluetooth headset.
It may very well be once we get the right gear.
It could be. It could be with the right headset. So we're gonna try that out. We're gonna keep testing them. We'll do a follow-up video on it after we've had them for even a little bit longer, after they've had a charge. And
that is the one thing. The one criticism thus far is this charging port on the bottom. It's fine to open it up, but to try and get it to seal back in, it is a pain in the butt. And don't get me wrong, it's a USB-C charging port, which is great because everything is using USB-C nowadays.
Yeah, it's a big plus.
But in terms of getting it to actually fit back in, it's a bit of a pain in the butt at times. Maybe that's just because it's still brand spanking new.
Yeah,
but that's if there was one little nitpicky thing,
yeah,
I'd say that's it.
But it actually has a lip that goes around the USB-C, between the USB-C oval casing and the USB-C pins, the little plastic part that comes up with all the pins on it. So I think if you get that lined up just right. Yeah, okay. Oh, no, boom, right there.
Oh, well, there we go.
It's technique. It's technique. Not only does it seal around the USB-C port, it actually seals in the USB-C port. Did you happen to catch how much water these can be in?
No. I think it's just rainproof is what they're supposed to be.
Okay, so maybe not submersible, but I don't know. I bet you if you fell in a river or something like that, and it was just on you. I don't know. They seem pretty robust. Maybe we'll test that. Maybe we'll blow one up. I don't know. I hate to blow one up.
If things change and they stop working, we'll certainly let you know.
Yeah, we'll let you know.
If there's one thing we're good about, it's bitching about stuff.
Yes, as our last ATV video can attest to.
Yes, that's right.
But yeah, other than that, we don't really have anything to bitch about so far. Out of the box, they did exactly what we wanted them to do. They've exceeded our expectations. And I think with the headsets, the functionality is only going to improve. It's not going to go down. But we'll see how the weather tightness stays with the headsets and whatnot. And we'll get back to you with a future video and a follow-up. But so far, Rocky Talkie, don't suck.
But yeah, for, what is it, $120
Canadian
per radio.
Canadistan Dakar ducats or something.
And you know what?
That's not a lot of US dinero.
No, I know. And people are probably looking at this being like, $120 for freaking radios? Like, that's a lot of money. But what I'll preface that, and I know where you're going to go with this, Jeff. What I'll preface that with is, if you want to get a set of Cardo Freecoms or
that's what I was going to say.
Senescala riders, and you want to get a 2 set of those, you're going to be looking at easily $300, if not 4 or 5.
Oh, I checked the Freecom 4 today on Amazon. $400 on Amazon for one.
There you have it.
For a Freecom 4.
Right.
So maybe there's something new that's going to be 200 and something.
You're not going to get the range or battery life out of it that you're going to get out of this.
Oh, well, that's just it. And like we said, it's not a replacement for Bluetooth yet.
No.
But still, if you're comparing, it's not an apples-to-apples comparison, but when you are comparing communication devices, $120 isn't a lot to drop compared to Bluetooth headsets these days. And if you got American dollars, that's well under $100 American. So,
yeah. Yeah, so thank you, Rocky Talkies, for sponsoring this video. We look forward to providing a little more review, a little more feedback, and, these may very well fill the role of the Freecom or the Sennas.
You never know.
In the future. They may.
We're going to put them through the paces even more than we already have, and we'll do a follow-up video. So for Jeff and Colin at ADV...
Trail Trash.
ADV.
That's our YouTube channel?
Is that
what it's called?
Right
I see. I can't even remember. Oh, is it right? It's right there? It's right there. That's right there. It's right there.
Merch available sometime in the future.
It's right there. That's right.
For Jeff and Colin from Trail Trash ADV, we'll catch you in the next video.